Evaluate Z inverse of Z square by Z minus 1 into Z minus 3. We know Z inverse of Z by Z minus A is equal to A power n, right? The same formula Z of A power n, which is equal to Z by Z minus A. Now Z inverse of Z square by Z minus 1 into Z minus 3, right, is equal to Z into Z minus 1 into Z by Z minus 3, right? The previous problem, you can put A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 3, you will get the answer. So anyway, we will derive that, right? So Z inverse of Z by Z minus 1 convolution Z inverse of Z by Z minus 3, that is 1 power n into convolution 3 power n. So this can be written as k is equal to 0 to n 1 power k 3 power n minus k by convolution, right? So 1 power k 1, which is equal to k is equal to 0 to n 3 power n minus k. So expanding 3 power n, when you are putting k is equal to 0, so 3 power n, k is equal to 1, 3 power n minus 1 plus etc etc. K is equal to n minus 1, you will get n minus n can cancel, so plus 1, 3 power 1. Then you are putting n, k is equal to n last term, so n minus n 3 power 0 1. So 1 plus rewriting 1 plus 3 square plus etc etc 3 power n. So using geometric progression summation, right? This is a GP with first term a and common ratio 3. So 1 into 3, 1 into 3 into 3, right? 1 into 3 into 3 into 3, right? 3 square, 3 cube, like etc etc. So therefore 3 is greater than 1. So we can use 3 power r power n plus 1 minus 1 by r minus 1. So 3 power n plus 1 minus 1 by 3 minus 1. Right? So Z inverse of Z square by Z minus 1 into Z minus 3 is nothing but 3 power n plus 1 minus 1 by 2. Right? That is the inverse. Right? Next. Evaluate Z inverse of Z by Z minus 1 whole cube, right? So Z inverse of Z by Z minus 1 whole cube, which is equal to Z inverse of Z by Z minus 1 into, so we are splitting Z cube into 2. So 1 is Z into Z square, right? First term Z by Z minus 1, right? We are separating. Then remaining Z by Z minus 1 the whole square. So Z inverse of Z by Z minus 1 into Z square by Z minus 1 the whole square. So using convolution Z inverse of Z by Z minus 1 convolution Z inverse of Z square by Z minus 1 square. Right? We know Z inverse of Z square by Z minus 1 square is equal to n plus 1, right, into 1 power n, right? Therefore 1 power n first term, for the first term Z inverse of Z by Z minus 1 a power n formula. So 1 power n star, that is convolution n plus 1 into 1 power n. So n plus 1 into 1 power n convolution 1 power n. So using convolution right definition, you will get k is equal to 0 to n k plus 1 1 power k 1 power n minus k. So 1 power k 1, 1 power n minus k also 1, you will get k plus 1 summation k is equal to 0 to n. Substituting, so you will get 1 plus 2 plus etc etc n plus 1. We know up to n into n plus 1 by 2. Here up to n plus 1. So n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2. Right? So Z inverse of Z by Z minus 1 whole cube is equal to n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one.